Title: The Echo of Shadows. In a quiet neighborhood on the outskirts of a bustling city, Aisha and Malik had just moved into their first home. A charming, albeit old, two-story house with creaking floors and peeling wallpaper. The couple was excited about this new chapter in their lives, envisioning a fresh start away from the noise of city life. They spent their days unpacking boxes and painting walls, slowly transforming the house into a warm and inviting space. However, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the atmosphere in the house shifted. It began with small things: a door that would close on its own, whispers that seemed to dance on the edges of their hearing, and shadows that lurked just out of sight. Aisha brushed it off as the quirks of an old house, while Malik, more skeptical, tried to rationalize the occurrences. One evening, while they were watching a movie in the living room, Aisha noticed a figure standing in the corner of her vision. She turned, but nothing was there. "Did you see that?" she asked Malik, her voice shaky. He dismissed it, attributing it to the flickering light from the TV. But Aisha couldn't shake the feeling that they weren't alone. Days turned into weeks, and the disturbances escalated. Aisha started having vivid nightmares, dreams where she saw herself in a dark version of their home, shadows creeping along the walls, whispering her name. Each morning she woke up drenched in sweat, her heart racing. She confided in Malik, but he remained unconvinced, suggesting she was simply stressed from the move. One night, after a particularly harrowing nightmare, Aisha decided to explore the attic, hoping to find some answers. The attic was cluttered with old furniture and forgotten relics. As she rummaged through the boxes, she stumbled upon a dusty journal belonging to the house's previous owner, a woman named Evelyn, who had lived there alone for years. The entries were filled with sorrow, detailing her struggles with loneliness and despair. The last entry read, "I can hear them calling me. I don't know if I can resist any longer." Chilled, Aisha shared the journal with Malik, who finally began to take her concerns seriously. They researched the house's history, uncovering a tragic tale of Evelyn's descent into madness, fueled by isolation and grief after losing her family. The couple felt a growing sense of dread, realizing that Evelyn's lingering presence might still haunt the home. As the days passed, the shadows grew bolder. They began to manifest into distorted figures, creeping closer, their whispers turning into raucous laughter that echoed through the halls. Aisha felt an inexplicable pull towards the attic, as if Evelyn's spirit was beckoning her to join her in the darkness. One night, the couple was awoken by the sound of the attic door creaking open. Aisha, driven by an unseen force, stood up and walked toward it, leaving Malik behind in a state of panic. He tried to grab her arm, but she shrugged him off, her eyes glazed as she ascended the stairs. In the attic, Aisha found herself engulfed in darkness. The shadows twisted around her, and she could hear Evelyn's voice, sweet yet sinister, calling her home. Malik, frantic, followed her up the stairs, but the door slammed shut behind him. He pounded on the door, yelling for her to come back, but her laughter echoed in response. In that moment, Malik realized the truth. The house was feeding off Aisha's despair, using Evelyn's tragic story to lure her into the depths of madness. He frantically searched for a way to break through, but the shadows were thick, clawing at him, whispering secrets of his own fears and regrets. Just as he felt he might lose her forever, Malik remembered the journal. With desperation, he shouted Aisha's name, reminding her of who she was, the strong, vibrant woman he loved, not a victim of despair. His voice pierced through the darkness, and for a moment he saw her face, torn between the shadows and the light. Finally, Aisha broke free from the shadow's grasp, sprinting toward the door. Malik managed to pry it open just in time, pulling her into the safety of the hallway. The shadows howled in rage as they dissipated, leaving the couple gasping for breath. They stood there, trembling, realizing the battle was far from over. The house had left its mark on them, a reminder that despair could lurk in the corners of their minds, waiting to devour them. They decided to leave the house, vowing never to return, but deep down, they knew the real horror was not just the house, but the lingering echoes of their own shadows, waiting to resurface when they least expected it.